What you're looking at is Kobe Bryant suffering a career-ending Achilles injury.
And I don't know if he's going to be able to continue.
He ruptures his Achilles tendon right in front of the Warriors bench.
I remember feeling the silence. I remember feeling the fear.
He didn't look quite right, and this had me wondering about something. When I read Winning by Tim S. Grover, he dismantled and explained Kobe Bryant's work ethic.
Kobe Bryant was not interested in winning championships.
Back-to-back title, NBA champion.
He was obsessed.
So I had heard the urban legend of how insanely intense Kobe's individual workouts were. So since I was on camp staff, I asked him if I could watch one. He said, sure, I'm going tomorrow at 4. I said, but Kobe, we have a camp workout tomorrow at 3:30. He said, no, I'm going at 4 a.m.
I was quite amazed, but at the same time surprised he didn't suffer any mental breakdown or burnout from that effort. And beyond those claims of 4 a.m. workouts, it did highlight an important point. The pressure to perform is at an all-time high, just as expectations and competition are. I mean, you have not only professional athletes putting in more and more hours to become the best.
Since day one, I'm always ethic to be the best.
But also high schoolers doing so much they're on the verge of a mental breakdown, lacking a decent social life or other hobbies.
I was so burnt out by the end of my degree that I took an entire year off of playing the trombone after graduating, and I took 2 years off of school before returning to my graduate studies.
I've got school netball club and sassy, so it's about 8 sessions a week.
I'd say I'd be doing around 7 to 8 on court, and then probably about 3 in the weights room.
Sandwiched between all of these sessions is 8 hours of school. Throw in some time for studying, time for a social life, and all of the challenges teenagers have to navigate, and, well, it can be exhausting.
This can be amplified with the whole hustle culture that gets created these days. You'll hear things like, rest at the end, not in the middle, or stay on the grind, king. And as much as these quotes feel cringe, they do help to promote a culture of working longer and harder.
If you want it, if you want this, it's work.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life.
Leading to an all-time high in burnout in workers, athletes, and about anyone trying to compete in this world. This video is an attempt to understand better some of the pressures that is put on athletes specifically on a daily basis. In just a few decades, the world has changed significantly, this being mainly with technological advancements. With the help of social media, just about anything you can think of has been globalized, including the access to better and more talented people. Remote working being much more normalized, access to worldwide talent became much easier for companies and professional sports, making the competition significantly higher and more cutthroat. Only the best are rewarded and the rest is dismissed. Megastores like Amazon, who keep improving their technology, eventually replace a lot of jobs, leading to many people becoming obsolete to the current economy. In the world of professional athletes, records that were previously the height of human performance are now beaten by high schoolers, and records that were thought to be the limit of human performance now get broken on a regular basis each and every year. The bar for human performance is constantly increasing, leading to much pressure on athletes. If the standards are increasing each and every year, athletes have to find a way to not only keep up, but also thrive against the competition, and this pressure can lead many athletes down the wrong path. It often starts with optimizing performance through a better lifestyle. The idea is that performance can be increased by either increasing work capacity, aka how long you can work every single day, and work intensity, or how much you're able to produce per hour. The reasoning behind is that time times output equals results, and increasing both factors means you'll be better than your competition. Improved diet leads to better health, brain function, and endurance. Better sleep, likely being one of the most important aspects, leads to more energy, increasing both work capacity and intensity. And about any factor that can get improved gets optimized. Living with a perfectly designed life now has become a necessity for any professional athlete. But an unbalanced lifestyle like this is oftentimes not sustainable long term, not even for a professional athlete, and can often be taken to unhealthy extremes.
When I'm not really getting ready for any big competition, it's pretty hard. But sometimes I can't walk afterwards. I need at least like 20 minutes of laying down.
It drains you mentally and physically, and then you're always tired, always fatigued. My life literally consists of basketball.
It makes it a lot less enjoyable to just run. It takes the fun out of it.
In Australia, around 2 in 5 young people have reported having a mental health condition in the last 12 months. Almost 60% of these, though, go untreated.
I was done in a club game and subbed out at 3/4 time and just thought to myself, like, I can't do this anymore. That's probably one of the points where I've just felt like breaking.
This idea to work longer and harder is then also seen in workplaces.
In the United States, almost 86% of men and over 66% of women work more than 40 hours per week. You've probably heard that Japanese workers are some of the most overworked in the world. The average American works 137 more hours per year than the average Japanese worker. We work 260 more hours than the British. We work 499 more hours than the French. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, productivity of the average American worker has increased by 400% since 1950.
Again, a way to keep an edge against others. And as you might know, this isn't the only way to get an edge against the competition. According to this article, PED use amongst elite athletes is estimated to be between 14 and 39%. This is really concerning, but it shows an important point. Athletes are looking for an edge, not only naturally, but also by damaging their health. Now, you may think that only bodybuilders use PEDs to get an extra edge, but this is far from what's actually happening.
Breaking news now.
UCI Cycling's governing body banned Armstrong for life.
And Marion Jones would throw steroids in the refrigerator.
I have no one to blame but myself.
Over the years, scientific progress has made it easier and faster to detect athletes who dope, but it's also helped make it easier to dope.
It's estimated that up to a third of the athletes that we'll watch at the Olympics will be dopers.
About any sport is faced with the problem of drug use. Whatever it takes is a quote often used. It's about doing everything possible to become the best, because there's no other choice anymore. Using pharmaceutical enhancements or stimulants unfortunately became a majority in modern sports, and isn't only to achieve better performance, but could also be to help keep up with the workload put on athletes. Caffeine addiction has also become a very concerning issue amongst professional athletes, and although being legal, it probably still isn't the best thing to overconsume.
Is caffeine abuse common in elite football?
Common, Josh. There has been a growing addictive behaviour to a number of factors. Those are all the little things that you can access without prescription. You mentioned them. There's been an increase in these things being used for all sorts of reasons. When you look below, it's much greater and is growing much faster.
Now, if you've ever walked into a supplement store and wondered who was buying all of this, well, about everyone, because this ever-increasing competition and pressure is seen in about any industry out there. People in the workplace are looking to be optimal, to stay useful in a world where technology is taken over. Students are looking to be the best to have a chance of being accepted in better colleges. Adderall, which is a drug taken to improve focus and concentration, is used more than ever in American colleges and workplaces. It seems like the normal thing to do, and is just part of this whole idea to get some form of edge against the competition. This whole culture of working longer and harder, no matter the cost, is definitely not healthy. Now, what could be a potential solution to this? I mean, there has to be a way to avoid this. Unfortunately, competition will keep increasing, meaning that everything listed before will keep happening. But there may be something. 2016. This was the official release year of Deep Work by Cal Newport. The whole idea behind is that a person achieving a flow state allows for more work to be done in less time. This is a concept known in professional sports as the zone, in which athletes are completely immersed in their training. But the concept is also applicable for more average people too. It's about getting into a state of deep concentration to achieve better work faster, allowing for enough rest and leisure time on the side. It becomes very important to not get caught in the lifestyle of slaving away all your time working and start enjoying the thing you started working for in the first place.